hold on to your horses, boys and girls, because today we'll be tasting Princess Pulverizer, grilled cheese and dragons. Now I know what you're thinking, boys. Ugh, another girl story. Well, guess what? This is no ordinary girl story. I mean, yeah, it has a girl as the main character, and that girl is a princess. But there's way more to this story than just a girly princess, because it has stinky ogres in it, a dragon that loves grilled cheese, and this princess here, yeah, she doesn't even want to be a princess. So get ready, boys and girls, because this is the book for you. So Princess Pulverizer wants so badly to be a knight. She hates being a princess. And she does everything that she can to not be a princess, like hanging from the ceiling and getting kicked out of princess school again and again and again. She only sees the good part of being a knight, like the shiny armor and defeating dragons, jousting, and even the glory that you get when you save a damsel in distress. But her father, the king, doesn't think she has the qualities to be a knight. And her temperament, definitely not knight quality. So her father sends her on a quest of kindness where she must complete 8 good deeds. And so begins a funny, entertaining adventure where the princess learns some lessons in the most hilarious ways while trying to do her good deeds. Now, I'm going to read a piece of chapter 2 for you, and this is where Princess Pulverizer and her father, the king, discuss her going to night school. I can't believe you've been sent home again, King Alexander of Imperia scolded his daughter later that afternoon. Why can't you behave in school? Because school is boring, Princess Pulverizer told him. Everything we study is useless. Why do I need to know how to curtsy, or learn which fork is the right one to use, or practice staying on the beat when dancing the saltarello? There's a picture of her talking to her father, the king. Because those are the things every princess needs to learn, King Alexander explained. How else will you know how to behave correctly at a banquet or dance at a ball with grace and elegance? But I don't want to be a princess, Princess Pulverizer insisted, and I don't want to go to banquets or balls. I want to rescue damsels in distress and slay dragons. I want to have sword fights. I want to be a knight. Excuse me? The king asked, surprised. A knight? Princess Pulverizer said. I want to go out into the world, have adventures, and earn my place among the knights of the scround table. I don't need to go to royal school of ladylike manners to be a knight, Princess Pulverizer continued. I need to go to night school. Actually, knights need to know a lot of the same things you are learning in school, the king told her. Like what? Said Princess Pulverizer. Well, you are learning to dance gracefully, the king replied. Every sword fight is like a dance. A knight who is light on his feet will always win. But a clumsy knight will land on his behind every time. Princess Pulverizer frowned. It was hard to argue with logic like that. Although, does a knight really need to know which fork to use to eat a salad? She asked, or how to pour a perfect cup of tea? The knight stared at his daughter. You've got me there, he said. Princess Pulverizer smiled triumphantly. But there are still a lot of other things you can learn from Lady Frump, said the king. You need to go back to the royal school of ladylike manners. Princess Pulverizer's eyes flew open wide in surprise. She couldn't believe her father was making her go back to that horrible place. But you have to let me go to night school, Princess Pulverizer insisted. Why? Her father asked. Because I want to go, said the princess. And I'm a princess. Princesses always get what they want. Not this time, the king shook his head. I am going to night school, the princess declared. She folded her arms tightly across her chest. No, you're not, the king replied. He folded his arms tightly across his chest. You are going back to Lady Frump. Am not, Princess Pulverizer started jumping up and down and shouting. I shouldn't have to listen to Lady Frump. She should have to listen to me. I'm the princess. But she is your teacher, the king said. In school, she is in charge. Princess Pulverizer shook her head. This isn't fair, she shouted. You won't let me go to night school because I'm a girl. That's not right. This has nothing to do with you being a girl, King Alexander told her. Princess Pulverizer stopped shouting. She stopped jumping up and down. It doesn't? She asked. The king shook his head. No, it has to do with the fact that you don't have what it takes to be a knight. Yes, I do, Princess Pulverizer insisted. I already know how to ride a horse, and fencing? That doesn't seem hard. With a little training, I'll be able to slay dragons and rescue damsels, as well as any boy in night school. Ah, there's a lot more to being a knight than riding off on exciting adventures. It takes great honor, kindness, and sacrifice, said the king. Princess Pulverizer didn't know how to respond to that one. Even she knew that honor, kindness, and sacrifice weren't exactly her strong suits. Things were not going Princess Pulverizer's way. Not at all. That didn't happen often. But when it did, the princess knew exactly how to change her father's mind. All she had to do was give him her special face. It always made him smile and laugh and do exactly what she wanted him to do. So Princess Pulverizer cocked her head. She shot her father a broad, lopsided smile. Then she crossed her eyes. A grin shot across King Alexander's face. It was working. The princess smiled a little wider and wider. She crossed her eyes a little harder. The king looked at his daughter's goofy smile and stared into her crossed eyes. Finally, he said, I suppose there's no real reason you can't go to night school. Yes! Princess Pulverizer pumped her fists in the air. The special face had done it again. Princess Pulverizer had gotten what she wanted. Eventually, King Alexander continued, but not today, or even tomorrow. Wait, what? Princess Pulverizer dropped her fist and stared at her father. I don't understand. You have a lot to learn about what being a knight really means, King Alexander said. You have to earn your way into night school. Princess Pulverizer scowled. This was not the answer she was hoping for. How am I supposed to do that? She asked. You must go on a quest of kindness, the king said. A what? Princess Pulverizer asked. A quest of kindness. I'm sending you out into the world. You must show bravery and do nice, unselfish acts for others. Only after you have completed 8 good deeds will I allow you to enter night school. 8? The Princess Pulverizer asked. That's an awful lot. Where will I find 8 people who need my help in Imperia? I mean, we're a pretty small kingdom. You do not have to stay in Imperia, her father told her. But I do not want you wandering too far either. So that's just part of chapter 2 when she's getting ready to go on her quest. And that gives you a taste of how spoiled the princess is and how badly she wants to be a knight. So, Chapter 2 marks the beginning of this crazy, hilarious quest that she goes on to complete 8 deeds. Now, she doesn't get through 8 deeds in this book, but don't worry, there are plenty more books in this series where she does work on those 8 deeds. And she has hilarious adventures trying to work on those deeds, especially in this one with a stinky ogre and a grilled cheese loving dragon. Oh yeah, and don't forget this whiny little knight here. So, I hope to see you guys real soon in the library, and I hope that I see Princess Pulverizer in your hands, especially you boys, because you guys are really going to like this too. Well, that's all I have for this week, so happy reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye!